All right, guys, welcome to the AI Breakfast Lab. Exciting times. Very exciting times. So, interesting. I had some really great thoughts this weekend. I thought I'd share it with you guys a little bit. And welcome to the AI Breakfast Lab. And let's go ahead and share with you some of the thoughts that I had. And let me share my screen here. Welcome to the AI Breakfast Lab. And thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you guys. All right. So many of you are familiar with this, but if you're not, let this be a great foundation for you in terms of learning, because this is why you're here at the AI Breakfast Lab. You're here to observe and get orientated with what we're doing. So this is what we call the OODA learning loop, where you can learn faster, decide better, and act sooner with the AI revolution, right? So we're going to observe the platform. We're going to do some fun stuff. We're going to get orientated with it. Then hopefully you'll decide, if you haven't decided already, to take action. Whether you're a current Momentum Tech representative or if you're a guest here, maybe you make a decision to join our community. Right? This is all about knowledge, clarity, decisions, actions, and results. Turning learning into action. That's what the OODA learning loop is about. Now, you may go through several of these loops every single day. This is like a success loop where you observe, you get oriented, you make a decision, you take action. We've done this in our entire life, whether you're learning to ride a bike or you're learning to do something new. You observe, you get orientated with it, you make a decision, you're going to give it a try, and you're going to take action, right? We all go through these processes. Now, something also that's important is this is our philosophy of AI and AI 3, where you take artificial intelligence, you add in anointed intelligence, the intelligence that you were given, to have atomic impact, right? Artificial intelligence gives us the speed, anointed intelligence gives us the wisdom. Together they create atomic impact. I thought you guys would like that a lot. Something I was thinking about this weekend a little bit. So let's go through some updates after you guys went through that. So let's take a look at our platform. This is the Momentum Tech platform. You see this little dot I'm moving around? This is kind of like your settings. If you click on that, this is where you can come in and you can change your password, you can change your appearance to light or dark, right? Whichever you like, and you can change your own passwords as well. And this is where you can buy credits if you would like to buy one of our packages, starting at $20 or basically 2 cents a credit. They go down based on packages, like 10% off and then 30% off. This is the wholesale club for AI. So we buy all of our credits and tokens at enterprise level. We pass on the pricing to you at wholesale, so you don't have to pay a lot to build, right? And that's important for you to know. You could also customize your plans here. So to put this in preference to all of you, at 1,500 credits at $30, you could build a landing page in the platform, and you could also write a book, 50, 60, 70,000 words, and you'll still have leftover credits. That gives you kind of the perspective of what you can do in the platform, which is pretty incredible. I mean, it's called leverage. What I invite you to do is put on the lens of leverage this morning. Put on the leverage lens. Like, don't think about AI, think about leverage for a moment. Leverage has been a part of history, whether it's the steam engine or electricity or the internet, or the automobile. All those technologies brought incredible change in the economy, change in lifestyle, and they also brought risks, right? Where people utilize the automobile at the wrong time, maybe when they're intoxicated, and there's problems that occur. Maybe somebody does something wrong with electricity, and that could cause consequences. Understand there was consequences in the steam engine in coal times after the fact. There was a lot of job market changes, labor laws, and consequences of coal, right, on your health. So there's a lot of different after effects. AI is going to have some after effects as well. And there's going to be people using AI for negative things, there's no doubt. But that's not Momentum Tech. Momentum Tech is about accelerating your growth, using it as a leverage tool to produce great content. Like this weekend, I had a chance to start writing another book. And let me show you. This is our book studio. So these are not apps. These are AI studios and they're AI engines. So the AI book studio is a complete studio to take your book and your idea and bring it to reality. This weekend when I was traveling, I had the chance to showcase this platform and write a book in front of some people that were God-fearing. And I wrote a book based on the hand of God, recognizing his fingerprints on every season of your life, learning to trust the faithful God at work in every season. 62,000 words. Isn't that incredible? I mean, and I'm going to tell my story. And here I have a story about this personal. So I'm going to work on the rest of this book. And the cool thing about our book studio, as you can see, it wrote each chapter. Now I'm going to edit it, of course. This is chapter 1. This is like a story. I'm going to tell my story. And then, of course, each chapter is here. You can go in and you can download the Word document and have fun editing everything. And you can add sections above chapter 1. Like, what would you want to add above it? You'd want to add, like, perhaps maybe an introduction, maybe a preference or forward or a dedication. Who do you dedicate the book to? Or acknowledgments. Or how to use this book, or anything custom. So you could add a variety of pages before the book. You could have AI write it for you, right? For like 50 cents is what it would cost for AI to write a section for you. Just give it a little thoughts. It's optional, but give it a little, like if you're going to do an introduction, right? Give us some thoughts about that. Cool? And then you could also just write it yourself if you want to. Okay, on that, pretty cool stuff. So you could add little details ahead of the chapters, including table of contents, and you could add sections after the chapters. Right? Maybe you want to write something afterwards, maybe like a definition of terms or some key takeaways, and maybe some resources that you have, maybe some, citations, giving of thanks, references, maybe things you referenced in the book, right? So that's where you would customize a custom page and just tell it what you want. You could have AI write it for you. In this case, if you're doing citations, you would just put it in yourself. Pretty cool, huh? So here's the cover options. Once you're finished with everything, you could obviously, if you're not happy with the chapter, what you could do is once you rewrite it, if you do edit it, just paste it all in here and tell it, use this for my chapter, right? Or you just put it in your Word document and do it yourself. So you could also edit, obviously, the chapters. You could edit everything in here too as well. So if you want to edit it here, or you want to take this to Word, and then you can paste it right in here, right? Like what I'll do with the chapter 1, that's what I'll do. I'll write my story, right? I'll edit it, and I'll write my story, and I'll put it in here. Yeah, it's because this is like a fictional story about God's hand taking care of a man with a specific challenge that he had. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and just do that myself, right? Because obviously your story is important. If you're going to write something about your story, you want to be very specific, right? So this book will take a little bit longer because it's more personal to me, right? But isn't that incredible, though, right? Now, let me show you an update in the platform I think you guys are going to love. All right, first of all, let's just start with a WildGPT. So if I want to do let's say a new chat, so I just wait for it. It's pretty fast. I just put my cursor down here. As soon as it opens up, this is the WildGPT. All right, so I just put my cursor down here, and you see up here there's a little microphone. If you see that up here, see right by the X in the far corner. See where my mouse is? The big cursor is getting bigger. All right, right there. There's a microphone there. So you click that and you say yes, allow it while you're using the site. Good morning. I would like to put together some social media posts. I would like to put together some social media posts. I would like to put together some social media posts. I would like to put together some social media posts. Okay, let's see, make sure this is working. I would like to put together some social media posts. Go. I would like to put together some social media posts. Let me refresh this. Maybe we need to check this, but let's go ahead and go to another one here. Let's go to the Image Studio and let's try it here. Momentum Tech AI. MomentumTech.ai. Okay, let's try it one more time. MomentumTech.ai. All right, there we go. So I'll double check this. This should work on all of the apps now. So this is going to be something that's a resource. It should cover the entire page, right, when you have it on. So I'll make sure to double check this for you guys. But this is going to be a feature where you can, use through everything in the apps, right? Isn't that pretty cool? Not just in every app, but it should work everywhere. So I'll go ahead and double check to make sure that's working for you guys. It's on all the apps, which is a great upgrade for you guys. Now, the other thing that we upgraded, let me show you, is the AEO website builder. So I promised you guys the other day that I would give you guys the 200 AI pioneers. Now let's go ahead and open this here. And I'm going to give you that domain, but I want to make some changes. Remember, I built this during an actual Thursday night call. I built this site. So there's a couple things you could do. You could edit it visually here. See right here where I click on edit visually, or I could make a change. And this is where I could just make a change. So I want this seal, this AI seal up here, to be a little bit bigger. And the way you want to do that, and this is our website AEO builder. Okay, so it's got some incredible updates I'm going to show you here in just a minute. All right, but let me show you how I can edit this page. Can you make the logo seal in the upper left-hand corner of the navigation about 75% larger? So you want to use a percentage if you want to increase an image's size. And 75%, that's just something I just guessed. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Okay, which will probably, it won't double its size, but it'll come up a little bit bigger. That's what I want. Now I'm going to give it a second command because I want to make sure I get my bang for my buck here, right? So let's go ahead and say, on the mobile site, make sure the logo and seal is centered on screen. There you go. And then we hit go. Now it's going to tell you what it's going to cost. So it's going to cost $1.50 to make this quick change. Now, that's just, I could give it more, right? Commands. I gave it 2. Like if you're going to give it commands like on the navigation, I'm already talking about the logo, right? I could talk about anything in the navigation for the most part, which is good practice, right? So, for example, if I wanted to add like some words up here, or maybe I wanted to add like a sticky navigation, that's where I could do this. But I think it's sticky already, see? Okay. Now I could have a message up here. Maybe I could put like in the center, and I could even command it in the center, put this quote, right? If I would like that. Or maybe I want to make all this copy in the text capital letters, right? Or maybe I want to add an icon to the button. Or maybe I want to add some vibe to the button, like make it glow, right? Okay, watch. Also, on the button that says claim my Pioneer spot in the navigation, I want you to make that button glow so that it attracts attention. Okay, now let's make the change. 75 credits still. See? So while you're in that area, you think about everything you want to change, right? Which is incredible. The fact that you can make that glow without hiring a graphic designer or anything like that, that's a little vibe coding what you can do, right? So let's continue. Let's see what it does. All right, so I want it to kind of glow and just kind of pop out at people a little bit. There you go. Look at that glow effect. See that? Is that not cool or what? All right. So let's view it live. Let's make sure the logo is not cut off like it is. It could be because of the settings right here. It's already saved, so let's just go ahead and open it live. So we got a problem with the logo, right? So how do we fix that? I'm glad this is coming up. So what you want to do? Let's try to edit it visually. Let's see if we can do it visually. So I'm going to edit visually. So let's just take this and let's see if we. Whoop, don't want to do that. That's so you can make it bigger, obviously, right? So let's just see if I can content width, position, width, alignment, space above. Okay, here we go, space above. So here, see, we can do it right here. Look at that. Boom. That's not going to charge you now. Right? So there, I just moved it down a little bit. Maybe move it a little bit less, space above. See, like right there. And then hit save. Okay, now let's take a look at it now. Okay, let's move that button a little bit down also. So we just choose the button here, same thing. So space above it. Let's move the space above it. Look at that. Okay, and let's hit save. And let's hit refresh. One more time. There we go. There you go. Now it's sticky, which is great. See that? Okay. Or maybe you don't want it sticky, right? So that looks good. Yeah? That looks good. Okay. Excellent, excellent. See if we want to change anything else, right? So let's see here. Oh, it looks good. Maybe we can make that bigger on the bottom, right? The seal on the bottom. So let's go down to the bottom. Let me show you. We can do that right here in the visual editor. So you just click right here, and you can see you just pinch it to make it a little bit bigger. Maybe about the same size as its top. Yeah? Okay. And then hit save. That doesn't cost you any credits. So we got a great visual editor in here to help you. All right? So that's saved. All right, perfect. Now let's look at the mobile view to make sure it did it. Look at that, it did it great, right? So let's do something now. Let's change something on the mobile. And to do this, we're probably going to have to go into the editor here. So I'm just going to tell it what to do in the mobile. Let's look at the mobile just to see if there's anything else we want to change. Let's look at okay, so that looks good. Let's do this here. Okay. Let's look at the entire mobile. Make sure it looks good. Okay, there's something I want to do in the mobile. I want to get rid of the sticky header in the mobile because it can get in the way of people reading things on the mobile phone. It's a small enough screen already, right? So let's just tell it what we want. On the mobile device, remove the sticky header so that the logo is not in the way of the user reading the text. So this is like having again $1.50. So for $3, I made some really amazing changes fast. It would normally cost you probably a lot more to make those changes. Plus, I even did some things for free, right? To get the site where I wanted it to be, where it has a good user experience. Okay. So see now, it's not. Right. So I can edit visually here as well. So I may want to make it a little bit smaller for the mobile. Let's see if we can do that. There we go. Save. Let's look at the mobile. Perfect. Let's push that the line. Let's go down a little bit on that one. Space above it. Let's get a little bit more space. A little bit of space there. There we go. On the mobile. Okay, perfect. Excellent. So on the mobile, that looks good, right? So you can always undo things. You can redo things if you don't like what you did, right? So that's pretty cool. So let's just go here and make sure everything looks good. Yep, looks perfect. Yes. Excellent. All right. You could also add elements, like you want to add like a blank section, a hero section, some features. Maybe you want to add your team members, testimonials, pricing, right? You could add rows, content, media. This is an update that we did, right? So to make it a little easier for you to add images, video, or even audio, you could, or a video pop-up, or an image grid, or maybe you want to build a custom form in here. So you could build like maybe a button, a long answer, a drop down, a tick box. They check it, right? Or pick one option, or a survey, or a contact form, or a pop-up form, right? And then in the navigation, right, you could like come here and you could obviously you could do a new nav bar. You could do breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs is like if you have a big site with 30, 20, 15, or 100 pages in the site, which our platform can do, and you want to set up breadcrumbs, that allows people to, like Hansel and Gretel, to find their way back to different places like your homepage or products, right? Does that make sense? That's what they call them, breadcrumbs. You know how Hansel and Gretel left breadcrumbs so they could find their way back? That's why it's called that. So navigation tips, as well as a lot of miscellaneous things too. So, you could do like dividers, accordion, custom HTML embed, countdown timers, booking calendar. Yeah. You could do, yeah, if I want to add like a booking calendar, let's just come back up here. Let's see if we could add that, like maybe add a booking calendar so you see what that looks like. You just put it right there. All right. And there's your, see, where did it go here? Yeah, let's undo that. Let's try that one more time. Let's put it there. There we go. Here's your booking calendar. You put your booking calendar link here. So you just click here and you just add your link to that, right? So it could be a Google Calendar appointment. So you just go into settings on the right. Okay. And the calendar appears there. So here's the settings. And then go into advanced. Just double check, see where it's at. Styling. Okay. Name for this element, classes, default. image, color, effects, background. Here, right here. This is advanced no, that's advanced CSS. Let's look at this is animation. This is here. Code for this column. So typically you have an embed code for your calendar, right? So you can embed it right here. There it is on the code right there. So like on, for example, let's say I'm using a Go High Level embed code for my calendar, right? Or Calendly. So you just click on the right here and you just paste in your code there to put your calendar right in here. Make sense? Clear? So again, code. Most calendars like Calendly or anything, they give you an embed code. You just put the code right there to apply and to put in your custom calendar. And you probably want to change the settings of it to match the style and color of your website also, right? You don't want to have that in there. So cool. So let's just get rid of some of that. There we go. And we hit save. I just got rid of that. Cool. So let's go back. I'm going to show you some of the updates now. So if you want to create a website, we created an update here. Let's just go back to the projects. So that one's done and it's ready. So let me put that link in the chat for you guys. If you've joined the platform and you're part of the new platform, then what you want to do is you want to yes, you can. You can make changes in the header and footer. Yes, and just tell it to change the header and footer on all pages. So let's say you have like 15 pages already put together, like on a website, and Stacy, and you just tell it, hey, just be consistent. Put this. Make sure this footer is on all pages. Make sure this header is on all pages. 100%. Yep. Yep. You could do that. Super smart. Good morning, Puerto Rico. So, welcome. So here is the link. If you are part of Momentum Tech AIOS and you have access to this platform, we want you to create your project. What do you want to do? You want to build a website that you always wanted to build? Maybe you want to write a book that you've never had a chance to write. And what kind of books can you write? Well, you can write all kinds of books. So let's just show you. So you can come in here and you could, what's your book about? What's the book title? What's the author name? How long do you want it? Right? What kind of chapters do you want? Or you want it to just plan it for you? What kind of genre do you want? Do you want business, self-help, health and wellness, travel, romance, cooking, technology, personal finance, children's, historical fiction, young adult, poetry? What do you want? Yep. What kind of print size do you want? 6 by 9, 5 by 8, 5 by 5 by 8.5? What kind of tone do you want? Who's your target audience? Special instructions. Your author pin, your bio, right? Any call to action for your Amazon KDP book. It'll actually craft a QR code for you and put it in your KDP book. And you can upload up to 3 files, up to 10 megabytes each. If you have already started writing your book, or you have ideas, or you have descriptions of your characters, or you have, any kind of information you want to upload. That's 3 files, 10 megabytes. That's huge. Those are huge files. So it's important, if you really want to maintain your author voice and who you are, to take advantage of this, because this is what's going to help you craft your book. But what's important, remember we talked about at the beginning, is your anointed intelligence, your genius, what's between your ears, your intellectual property. And by the way, we have secure guardrails on the platform to protect your data. So you're not giving the key to your house to a stranger. We do training here for the last 3 years, Monday through Friday, right here on the AI Breakfast Lab. Yeah, upload your documents here. They're safe and they're secure. What you want to create. Once you write your book, or once you build your website like we talked about, and you have a story now, then you can go to 200AIpioneers.com, submit your information, and you can be part of the 200 AI Pioneers. You can be part of the book that we're going to publish, which you'll have 1 page in that book, and you'll be an AI pioneer with only exclusive to 200 AI Pioneer Club. Let me play a video for you to explain that.
What if the next big business success story is yours? Momentum Tech is launching the 200 AI Pioneers Initiative, and we're looking for 200 entrepreneurs, business owners, creators, and authors who are ready to stop talking about AI and start building with it. Whether you're already a Momentum Tech member or just discovering us for the first time, this is your opportunity to create something that makes a real impact. Build your website, write your book, launch your brand, create videos, automate your business, or bring your biggest idea to life inside one complete AI ecosystem. The best part, your project will be featured in our book as one of our 200 AI pioneers, inspiring thousands of others and becoming part of a movement that proves one simple truth: ideas have no impact until they're built. If you're ready to build your future instead of waiting for it, join the Momentum Tech AI operating system today and become one of the 200 AI pioneers. Your story will leave a legacy. We're giving you the key to AI engines and AI studios that will accelerate your ideas with speed. Let's get started today.
All right, there you go. So that tells you a little bit about it. And of course, we got a lot of information down here too, like what it's about, what you're going to get, etc. And then once you want to, claim your Pioneer, there's no cost to do it. Once you do it, you just put in your name, email address, phone number, upload your photo of yourself. That's going to go in the book, so choose that wisely. What did you build? What AI engine or studio did you use? And then what inspired you to start? And then how did it make you feel to launch it? Submit your Pioneer story, and wada boom, wada bam, you're in the book. You're in the AI Pioneer Club. Yeah? So that's for you guys. 200AIPioneers.com. Get how many people in your team do you want to be in that book? That you want in that book? Ron I Will is in. Congratulations, Ron. Fantastic. Tell us what you created, sir. We would love to hear what you are in. If you're in already in the platform, or you've already joined the AI 200 AI Pioneers. Which one, Ron? Yeah. Cool. Well, let me show you this while we wait for Ron. The AI Builder. So if I want to start a new project, this is an upgrade. Look, you already have a plan. Maybe you have the copy for your website. Maybe you have a copy. Right? If you have a copy of your documents, you could upload your plan. You upload it and it'll write your site from it. A Word or a PDF or a text file up to 10 megabytes. Reading your plan is free, and it's going to draft, some copy based on what you upload. It's not going to use the exact words because, listen, let me tell you. Our AEO website builder will optimize your content so that AI can find you. I mean, we've been doing this for 3 years. We've been promoting AI visibility for 3 years, and people are now on the bandwagon all over social media and YouTube talking about it. We've been doing it for 3 years. We're way ahead of them. You want to build your landing page, your funnel, your website in our platform, it's going to automatically be cited by AI. It's going to be found by AI, discovered without you having to know any of the technical setup. It's all done for you. So even if you upload your content, which you certainly can do, like you could take the website, all the copy for your current website. If maybe you haven't go high level, just take all the copy, organize it in a Word document, organize your testimonials. Maybe you want testimonials, your video embed codes, all that stuff, right? That you want in the platform, in the web build, and upload your plan. Now, of course, you can put in your brand name. What does your business do? One action, And then you could use your brand image. You could use it for like on the page, like a logo, or you could use it as a reference. And then it'll draft your copy based on all your inputs here, including uploading your plan in a one Word document or one PDF. Yeah. So there's no hosting in our platform, Stacy. You don't pay for hosting. You could host everything here. You connect your domain. Let me show you. So, for example, in the 200 AI Pioneers, when I go to the AEO website builder, which every business in America, globally, around the world needs this, especially small business. It's going to take all the technical jargon and confusion spaghetti bowl of getting AI ready, and it's going to make it simple. Just build your site here. Yeah, that's it. It's going to be AI ready, discoverable, right? So you can see, like, for example, when I open the website, if you go to domain, so there's a way for you to connect your domain right here. Okay? And it's step-by-step process. It's a step-by-step process. Let's take one that maybe I haven't done, which is this one right here. Okay? So let's open this and let's go to domains. So all you do is paste your domain in here, right? So maybe it's Ed Garza as an example. I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to show you example.com. Let's say. So I connect the domain. Okay, now you got to go to wherever you have it, GoDaddy. So what I'd like to do is I like to use www instead. Okay, so here's what it does. So it tells you the first thing is you need to set up a CNAME record with www, and then this is what you want to do, customers.preview.built.app. Do that first. All right. Second, you want to set up a open forwarding in your GoDaddy or Namecheap, right? It's called redirect domain on Namecheap. And you want to forward Ed Garza to www.edgarza. You want to choose permanent, and then you want to save it. That way, if somebody goes to just edgarza.com or they go to www.edgarza.com, it'll go to the same place. Comprende? And then you could check the status. Takes a few minutes, check the status, make sure it's connected. Well, if you do that, this is step by step. Make sure you read it, make sure you understand it. Okay? Everything. So, for example, if you want to see what that looks like, I'll show you in GoDaddy. A little bit advanced stuff here. I'll show you what that looks like. So, look at my products. And let's look for my domain name here. Let's try that one more time. Okay. And there we go. Let's go to the domain name here. Show more. Okay, show more. Show more. There it is. Okay, so let's go to DNS of 200 AI Pioneers, since I told you I did that, right? So here's where I put the CNAME right here. See that? Okay, done. Right? And then on forwarding, see, this is where I did this. This is the domain, and our destination is www, permanent, right? Understand? So our destination is your www. It starts from this. So if somebody puts in this, it's going to go to this. If somebody puts in this, it's going to go to the website. Both. Okay? Hope that's clear. So just follow these instructions. Check the status, and your domain is connected. And the hosting is free. Always. Does that answer your question, Stacy? Yes. So just host them here. All right? Excellent. All right. Do me a favor, Steve. Email support about your question about the credits from the old platform. We'll verify it and they'll answer you. Okay? Support at momentumtech.ai. Excellent. All right. The system will automatically know if you have not built a website or anything. That's the first thing you want to do is build a website. Now, if you need help building the content for the website, what I would do is I would go over to the Website Copy app. It's free to use. For example, it's called Website Copy. So you just click on this and start. This will build like copy for you if you just input the information, like what's your primary goal. It'll write not your entire website, but it'll build landing page at one landing page at a time. Remember, I've taught you guys before, and if you haven't heard this, if you go to, for example, Apple, let's just go back to Apple. Pull that out here. Let me pull it up over here. If you go to apple.com, right? So apple.com is a great example of landing pages. So right now they're promoting, back to school. This is their landing page for the MacBook Air, right? They got all kinds of fun stuff on their homepage. They got thousands of pages here, right? So this is a landing page for the iPhone right here, talking about everything iPhone, every kind of iPhone. This is a landing page for the Apple Watch. This is a landing page for TV and home. Yeah. This is a landing page for like accessories. So it's a great example of different landing pages. So what the Website Copy app does is it will help you design landing pages. Because all a website is multiple landing pages. All right, you got your home page, you got your About Us page, you got your product A or product 1 page, you got your product 2 page, you got your product 3 page, and you connect them all together, you got a website, right? A contact page, a blog page, right? Everything connected together. That's what a website is. Now, a sales funnel is a little bit different, okay? A sales funnel is like going to be, like maybe an offer with you add an upsell. What is your upsell? Right? It's like different steps of a funnel, and then the website's a multi-page site. Yeah. And then just to review on Clone Your Page, remember to read this. It will not bring over your images. It's going to design new images. So you want to download your images and you'll have to change them manually. It will not bring over links from your buttons. Okay, you got to change eventually manually your buttons in the new builder. And it will not bring over your videos automatically. You got to give it your embed code. Okay, so I think it would be easier, in my opinion, to, if you're going to bring in your entire website, is upload your entire content here. Yeah, give it your brand colors, give it your logo, and just redesign it. It's going to do a lot better job instead of cloning it, right? Make it better, give it an upgrade. That would be more my style, because the platform knows what kind of content is going to be attracted to AI citations and AI bots like Googlebot and Bingbot and all the hundreds of bots, and it's going to help you become discoverable. So that may be a better option, yeah, in my opinion. You guys can decide yourself, right? If you organize all your copy for your landing page, why would you need to clone it, right? I mean, unless they really want the style and the function of that page, right? Or do you really want to upgrade? Is that your intention of cloning it? Because this is going to build it much more efficiently, right? And you could obviously add, your own chat bot on the website as well, right here on the chat engine. So you can create your own chat bot, and you can create your own knowledge base also right here. and you could add a knowledge base. You could add multiple knowledge bases. So if you have different landing pages, you can use chatbots and connect it to different landing pages. Like for example, on the chatbot here, like if I do different chatbots for different landing pages, you can see I could connect it to a knowledge base. Which knowledge base? It'll list all your knowledge bases here, a list. So which one do you want to connect it to? So I could choose like, well, connect it to this one, or connect it to both of them, right? Or just one. Yeah? Here's the embed code you need. Here's the inbox. Here's conversations. And the settings, everything that you need right here. Yeah? You could even add brand colors, accent color, right? You could even put like allow different websites, so nobody could steal your chatbot, right? Just give it, what do you want it? What websites do you want it to allow it on, right? So the daily messages limit protects against spam and runway cost. Okay, so answering visitors costs you will eventually cost you credits, all right? But just be clear on the language here. Answering visitors costs you credits. Every visitor gets their first 10 messages free. Okay? After each answer, this bot it's charged to your balance based on the length of the question and the answer. There's a daily limit is your ceiling on that spend. So you could put a daily limit of 10 if you want to, because those first messages are free, right? It depends how much web traffic you have. It's based on messages. So you could edit that as much as you want to your liking. And you could connect it to any type of knowledge base that you create. And on knowledge bases, you can do like just about anything. So I could, like if I'm here, I could upload, files. I could paste text. Yeah. TXT, MD, docs, PDF, 10 megabytes each, right? I could do Q&A sections, like I could add like a question and answer entry and add a whole bunch of that in there, right? So you could fill your knowledge base with all kinds of stuff, which I have. I've got like books that I've written, and I put that knowledge base behind there as an example. Cool. All right, let's see here. Man, we've done a lot this morning already. Let me see if there's any questions. Since I am here by myself right now, I think. Yep, I sure am. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Dr. Breakthrough. Thank you for being here. All right, let's see here. And questions, Q&A. So there's no mega prompt needed. What you need is just use the website copy, right? Yeah, that's it. Just use the website copy. You don't need to be doing anything like that. It takes the input of your website, so you won't need to put like a big prompt in there. If you want to, you can put your prompt in the Word document, like what kind of style you want. He's talking about when you build a website. So when you do a new project, do you need to do like a big mega prompt, right? No, just put it in a Word document. What do you want the AEO website builder to know, right? You probably want it to know your brand colors, maybe your font type, maybe your style, your voice, maybe the industry you're in. Right? So you just be as specific as you want in your Word document, right? Maybe your competitors, right? How you're better, the benefits, the list of features of your product, your wins, your testimonials, your clients, right? You can put all that in the Word document. 10 megabytes is a pretty huge file on a Word document. It takes a lot to get to that. You don't want any images in there, so just copy. Just put all the copy that you think the platform needs to know to make your website the way you want it to be. Yeah? Okay, hope that answers your question, Dennis. Yep. So, thank you. And Stacy, do you have all your questions answered? Can you put that in the chat? Yes. Did I answer all your questions? Oh, how can you add a blog to the website? Yeah, just put those in. I just happened to see that, by the way. If you could please put that in the Q&A. Make sure you guys use the Q&A. But Stacy, I'm glad I saw that. So let's just go here. So we have a blog engine in here, and this blog engine is connected to your website builder automatically. So you just click on blog engine. And here, obviously, you got all kinds of cool stuff. Like you could have like write an article about, and you could like, you know, these are your articles, right? These are article ideas, right? You can put you control all this. Topics that you want to cover, you could add different pillars. Pillars are your big topic areas, right? Like what, you know, think of it like your pillar. What do you talk? What do you want to write the blogs about? All right, a little bit about your business. You could copy all this information, right? How should it sound, right? So you could like, you know, what's it sound like? Facts we can use. Who writes it? Who's the author? How the pictures look? How should the pictures look? Yeah. And then you go to settings. In the settings, you could turn on hands-free mode, and you can turn it off. Okay. All right, so this is entirely up to you. You control this. Maybe you just don't want to do it. But if you want to turn it on autopilot, it's going to cost you credits. Okay? You can turn on autopilot and do it for you. It's not going to cost as much as you think it's going to cost. It's going to be like, it's leverage. Remember I told you put the leverage lens on. Right? This is leverage. It's going to cost you dollars instead of hundreds of dollars. Make sense? So it's going to add your blog page automatically to your website. It's going to cost, depending upon how many blogs you do, Stacy, it depends. It's going to tell you ahead of time before you do it. You'll know how much credits you're going to spend. It's not going to do it until it tells you what credits. Just like the website builder told me it was going to be, 15, I don't know how much it was, 15 credits or 150 credits or whatever it was. It's going to tell you up front before you do it. So it's not like blind, oh, what am I going to be charged? You wake up in the middle of the night and there's like charges on your credit card. No, that's not going to be like that. It's real simple. It's very transparent. You'll know what it's going to charge you. And like I said, it's going to be pennies on the dollar. Yeah. So if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. But I could tell it, to write a certain amount of blogs. Really what I want to get to is this, the public destination. So you add a destination. So how do you add it to your website? So there's two options here, your destination. Where do your articles go? A website built here or your own webhook. So let's just say a website built here, right? And then of course you could name your website and then you can say which website. So you pick it. So I have a couple. Here's 200 AI Pioneers. Here's the AI Trust Standard. These are websites I built in the platform, right, already. So you could choose which one you wanted to and then use this as a default destination and then add the destination. Okay, so that's just settings of your destination. Here's how it works. You want to know how it works? It's real simple. So you tell the engine about your business. So this is like instructions so you understand it. You could click on how it works right here yourself, right? And you could, you lay out your topics. You could tell the engine a little bit about your business. You could choose where the articles get published, like I just showed you. You fill in your article ideas. You could start an article. Click Start Article to get an approved topic and confirm the credit price. See, there it is. Confirm the credit price. The whole pipeline runs by itself. A research brief is done. 2 complete drafts are written independently by 2 different AIs. Each draft cross-examines by the other AI, hunting for unverified claims and weak writing. 1 finalized article that resolves every flagged issue and a hero illustration in your brand style. It takes about 10 to 20 minutes, and the article page shows each stage lighting up live. There you go. That's your expectation. Then you can review it. When the status says ready, you open up the article, you read it, the drafts and both of AI critiques, and there you have And there you are. Maybe you're curious about machinery. You're happy. You hit publish. Okay. If you're curious about the machinery, then what it designed. Just you're happy. Hit publish. On a built here site. So if you built the site here, it's live within a few minutes. The blog menu link and all. It does it all. It creates the blog link on your website automatically. Dr. Breakthrough. You don't have to do it yourself. Right? The engine never publishes it on its own until you approve it. You review and you publish. You review the credit price and you publish. Then if you want to, it's optional. You can put it on autopilot. Once it starts learning how to write and you like the style that it's writing in, then you can set your schedule. That's entirely up to you. How many articles per week do you want it to do? The engine starts articles from your approved backlog on that schedule. It runs them to the finish line and it queues them up for your review. You got to review it again, right? Your ongoing job thinks or shrinks to approved topics and clicking publish. So writing an article is the only thing here that spends credits. It's charged once you start it. And you always confirm the price. A standard article is about 488 credits. A fast article is about 671. Now let me tell you about these articles. These articles are like AI ready. If you put them through test modes, they are, I'm telling you, the citations of AI bots are going to find your site like it's going to be like firecrackers popping. You're going to get discovered by AI. If you start doing these blogs on your site, I promise you, you're going to get found by AI. You will, 100%. Because these are AI citated blogs. These are not blogs written by someone that's on Fiverr that's writing a blog for you, or someone in India or Pakistan writing a blog for you. No, these are intelligent AI agents that know exactly what gets cited by AI. Yeah? Understand? So it does the research brief. The price includes the research, 2 complete drafts written independently by 2 different AIs, both drafts cross-reviewed by other AI, the finished article, and a hero image in your brand style. It's always free setting up your business, suggesting and approving article ideas, retrying a stage that failed, regenerating the hero images, and publishing. If an article fails cleanly and you abandon it, the credits come back automatically once it's untouched for 72 hours. The wait is deliberate. A failed article can usually be picked up and finished and retried. It costs nothing. Okay, here's some common questions, right? So when you look at it, 488 times 2 cents, you could do the math. Right? So it's really easy. Credits are 2 cents each. So what's 2 cents times 468, mathematicians?
2 cents.
Times 468. Waiting for some mathematicians. I'm not going to get on the calc.
Times 4, what? 468?
Yeah, 488.
$4.88.
$4.88. Times 2?
That's
Times 2 cents.
Yeah, times 2 is 0.0976.
Right, so that's actually 936, somebody said.
Mine came out to 976.
Yeah. So about 976, 936, yes. Yeah. So that's a lot less than you would pay for someone to write an article for you, even in Pakistan, okay? Right, Mike? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and not only that, it's getting published to your website too. Yeah? It's getting published to your website also. That's pretty a lot less. Yeah, let me bring Mike up here to comment about that because he's done that. Both him and I have paid people to do blogs and all kinds of things, and we understand. That's what I mean by leverage. Keep on the the leverage lens. That's why I started today with that, so you understand it. The leverage lens help you understand this. That's leverage. What do you think, Mike? Yeah? You're here.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, the more you got to think about like in search engines and SEO, or even now with AI, you got to think of it like when you go into a grocery store, you go down the soup aisle, right? You go down the aisle with all the soups, you see just cans and cans, and they're trying to compete with all the different types of soups. And if you only have one soup on the shelf, the likelihood of you being found is slim to none. So the more that you're putting out these can in this analogy, the blogs out there, it's all getting indexed. The more that it's there, the more potentially drives traffic back to you that then opens the door for opportunities. So you've got to look at these search engines like these Kansas soups, is that you want shelves, as much shelf space and eye level as possible. And believe it or not, they fight for that, right? So if you've got to be leveraging the system, and have in your budget, if $9, or maybe it's $40 a month, you've got to put it in your P&L as part of your marketing, that you have something in place that is getting indexed in the engines. The more content, and think about it, what happens is over time, you have what they call a compounding effect, because the more content you put out there, the more it's getting indexed, the more possibilities that you're being searched. So if you did one a day, or one a week, let's just say one a week, that's four a month times 12, that's 48 times 10, that's 480 pieces of content out there based on you, right? I mean, it's compounding.
That's right. I love it. Great analogy. And we've paid a lot more than $10 or $9 or $7 to have someone write a blog, plus putting them on, adding it to our website, and then creating the image. And we've paid a ton more, probably 10 times as much as that.
Well, you've got a writer, then you've got a programmer, and then you got a graphic designer, and you got an editor, and
Yeah,
I mean, now
yeah,
nothing.
that's right. See, yeah, you got everything. You got your graphic designs department, your writing department, your editing department, your website programming department, and you got an AI scientist that knows how to actually optimize the blog for AI citations and getting you ranked all in one AI blog engine. That's the AI blog engine. Powerful. And this is not the first rodeo for us. We've been doing AEO for 3 years, like I started off today, right? Now it's becoming so popular. AI visibility, AI visibility, AI visibility. We were talking about that 3 years ago. We created a mummy saying that the mummy was saying that AI is dead, right? Yeah, that was over 3 years ago, right? We made the AEO Boss, and that was one of our platforms, right? We still have the platform, but you can look here. Here's the mummy I told you about. We created a mummy telling the story. Here's the mummy. SEO is dead. We did that 3 years ago. Look.
SEO is dead. It's over. The future? Ask Engine Optimization, AEO, and it's changing everything. At AEO Boss, we warned you. That's why we built the website Funnel Builder, so your business gets seen on platforms like ChatGPT. No tech skills needed.
So that was 3 years ago. Okay? Yeah, so we're not new to the game. So what we did is we embedded everything in the whole platform for AEO readiness. That means the website builder, that means the website copy, the blog engine, all of it designed to help you find yourself. The audio studio got a pretty cool upgrade too. So for example, let's say I want to create a song. Yeah, you can create songs in here. So you could do like what do you want? Pop, rock, hip hop, country. This is an upgrade. Punk, funk, bluegrass, contemporary Christian, reggae, yeah, hip hop, rap. You can choose your genre. Yeah, you can choose what language you want the song in. What do you think of that, Jeanette? Pretty awesome. Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh, Mike? You talk about a global company. What do you want your song sung in? What language? Yeah. What kind of song do you want to create? Describe your song. You know? That's what, if you have the words, you could paste them right in here. Make sure you use verse and chorus, or you could have it write it for you. Just give it an idea. It'll write it for you. Yeah? Pretty cool. That's an upgrade. That's a big upgrade. You can cancel Sunu. You can cancel any web builder platform that you have. You can cancel your hosting. You can cancel your Pakistan or your Fiverr or your Upwork, blog teams. You don't need to. You got it all right here for a fraction of the cost. You could cancel, using, you don't even need ChatGPT for image creation anymore. The Image Studio can create anything you want. Anything. Ads. I mean, you can make just about anything. Look, I made some really cool images. I can make some really cool images here. Like, I can put a prompt in here and I can create like a caricature or anything that you want. Like, I could take some of our caricature images, and I did that on the avatar here. Look, if you come down here, look, I created this character. Remember these caricatures? I created a caricature of me. Look at that. I even created one with 8 little aliens here popping up inside me. You could just upload a picture of yourself right here on the avatar, and then give it a prompt. What do you want? Right? Describe it, and you can create it. Yeah, pretty cool.
Hey, Ed,
Yeah,
question. You're talking about creating a book.
yeah.
So I create the book, and now it's ready. How about a sales page for a book?
100%. Yeah, that's exactly like I did that. Like, here's one right here. So this is the AI Trust Standard. So this is a book that I have coming. So this is going to be a sales page for the book. Yeah. So yeah, so you can create like a landing page for the book. There's my picture there. This is not finished yet, but I mean, obviously, I could add my Amazon links here. I could add testimonials here.
You can add an order form.
Yeah, I could add an order form, everything. Yeah.
And then that ties to Stripe or whatever.
Yes, it does. So if I open it right here, so there's like under settings right here. So you got settings, and you just scroll down. You can do all kinds of stuff like, you could turn on email to new leads. Yes, and you could customize the email that you want. That's free. You don't pay anything for that initial. Maybe you want to send the leads to a different destination. So you could put a webhook address here. So you can send them to any CRM or any place you want. And
but if we have a CRM, it would go into, correct?
Yes, 100%. It's going to automatically go in here, right up here. See where it says CRM?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And
So
you can set up automation and drip email with that, right?
you can. Right now it goes one. We're working on another one that's going to be to send drip emails to. That's going to be a separate upgrade, probably in the next week or so. Right.
Cool.
That's going to be in here. And you got marketing pixels, if you know what that is, or Google Tag IDs.
Yep.
What to track, right? What do you want to track? Something. Meta conversion APIs. And this is where payments, where you connect your Stripe, right? What are you selling, right? And what type of, where are you selling it? Okay. And you can save the product. Yeah, that's where you would delete the project if you wanted to, but you don't need to. But this is where you can, do Stripe. And I think you could even do it internally too as well. And it probably, I think I got to double check, but I think you pay it out to your PayPal if you do that. Yeah. But Stripe, definitely. Save the products, put the price, the description. Wada boom, wada bam. Yeah.
What about other merchant services? Does it handle those too, or just Stripe and PayPal?
Let's see here. I think we have another one. Let's just check what comes up with INDR. So I would
Just curious.
I would just do auto.
Yeah.
I understand that, but the full
Yeah.
should be.
Stripe. I think we had Razor. I'll double check if we could add different platforms, but that's a great question. Like Razor would be great for like India, right? Razor
Yeah.
Pay, and other countries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So cool. And then any questions on help? Obviously, everything is covered right here. FAQ questions for you as well. And this is where you get all your stats on the website,
Quarterly, every 4 months.
right? I don't know how I'm
Well,
getting visitors here, but probably because it's getting ranked by AI. So I probably ought to update the website a little bit. Yeah. Um, so yeah, but that's how you would build a landing page for your book. Yeah.
well, it looks like a lot of books and websites are about to be born.
Yes. Yes. 100%. Really amazing, amazing stuff. So good. Any other? Let me see if there's any other questions or Dr. Breakthroughs here too. We could, if you want to talk, sir, I can allow you to talk. You could say something if you want to say anything. We'll wrap it up here. It's a little after. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you guys, and thanks for your support to being here, Mike and Dr. Breakthrough. And thank you guys for being here to support.
Yeah,
me.
this is another breakthrough, bro. Just
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes, it
Crazy.
is. Oh, I can tell you something even that's really coming, really short. You're gonna love this. I'll wrap it up with this, and I'm gonna stop sharing. I want to share this with you guys only. Let me stop the stream, but you guys definitely want to check this out, Mike. Check this out. This is amazing. This is coming. It's not live yet,
All right.
but this is
Man, stop teasing us.